Hello everybody, I am Turtlebait, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. This looks different.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
One more thing I want to check over
This
here.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes, it is.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all
What?
made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sorry.
Stanley
to
was
answer
so
the
bad
phone.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yup.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
Okay.
To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
God, this still scares me.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What if I don't pick it up? Is that another choice? Okay, I'll answer it.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on,
Wait,
please.
what?
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
I'm home, honey.
Okay, there we go. All right, now,
Can I
I
come
want
in?
you to come in and tell me all about your
Wait, what? You're
Gotcha.
such a dick.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Of course.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see
dick.
something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
How about no?
Sorry.
Oh, God.
You're in my story now.
This just got super spooky.
This
Hi,
is
honey.
a very sad
I'm
story
home.
about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Q. That's this one, right? Is it this one? No? I guess it's this one.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press M. M.
Look at him there,
Hey.
pushing buttons,
Hey.
doing exactly
What
what
was
he's
that?
told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that
Chemical.
he's chosen this life.
I didn't choose it. Press J. J.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press 9 to watch TV. Oh. 9.
And so he began to fantasize about his
Come
own
on
job.
now.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
You saying this shit's all in my head? Q to spend time with the boys. What boys?
So he went further. He
What
imagined that he
boys?
came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press O to prepare dinner. Oh. Oh, you mean 0.
As he wandered
Okay.
through this fantasy world, he began
Why
to
are you
fill it with
slowly
many
changing?
possible paths and destinations. Down one
House
path lay an
is not
enormous round
a
room
workroom.
with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And
Hey,
down
the yellow
another was a
line.
game with a baby. And he called it
Baby
the
game.
Stanley
I
Parable.
remember that. I have to tell your kids a story. F.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Well, this is a
Surely
creepy
there's an
ending.
answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no
Hey.
answer. How could there possibly
Woman,
be?
I mean
In
wife.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons
Wife,
he
where'd
always
you go?
has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which
It's
life
looking
is
more
the
and more
real
like
one.
my office. 2 to go to sleep. Bam.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Press 9 to be at work in the morning. It's only 5:30. Am I seriously going to bed at 5:30 to be at work at 9 in the morning? That's like 16 hours away, dude. You really gonna sleep for that long? Narrator, do what you said. Let me out of here now. Narrator! Fine. Wrong button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him
trying.
in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains
Stupid
here,
jerk.
he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
C to question nothing. Okay.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
And
die.
Stanley pushed a
No.
button. And I tried again.
No.
And Stanley pushed a
I
button.
refuse to die.
And I
God damn it. This guy doesn't play fair. Hi. Back here. Everything looks normal.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Can I climb on this chair? Oh my god! I can climb on desks. Oh, I want to get on that desk. Shoo. How did I... Huh. Okay. Can I get out the window? Wait a minute. I'm walking through glass. Is this freedom? Did I win?
At first,
Yay, I
Stanley
won.
assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh, you give me a choice? No, I'm not.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Would it be worth it for
Right,
you
I
to
never would have thought
restart
of it.
and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the
course
other
it's worth
option
it.
is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
As far as I can tell, that's the point of the
Perhaps
game.
you just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I guess he wants me to restart. Okay. Well, now I have to go back there and check out the other option.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No,
they stopped.
No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Whoa, that was easier this time. Okay, now. Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you
Oh,
want.
really?
Like right now.
I didn't know
You could have done
that.
it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit.
I
All of
guess.
these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long
really?
you can maintain.
Okay.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old, and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
That was cool. So worth it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley
What a
thought.
room.
What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room.
Interesting.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And this way.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Can I go out this way now? No. It's worth a shot.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. That didn't have that thing there before. Is it possible to open that door? Maybe it's open sometime. Hey. Don't make sounds at me. Curious if you can do that.
Stepping in.
What? 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 What do I do? This. Hey. Cool. Is it 2 more? But no, what am I supposed to do? Oh. Interesting. Broom closet? I think I glitched out the narrator. He's not saying anything or doing anything. Well, I mean, he doesn't do anything. He's not saying anything. What is going on? Hey. No. Hey. That's not fair. What am I supposed to do? Did I seriously break the game? I don't get it. Okay, let's try not to break it this time. What? How? What? I've got the feeling. Money's for stealing. But not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse. Okay. Extreme bathrooms? I wonder if the narrator followed me in here. Can I break through this window? Can I poop? So what's the point of this? He didn't even say anything. Weird. What? How come these doors can open? Couldn't open them before. There's an elevator? Hell yeah. Where are we going? Alright, I can't take it anymore. Let me out. Excuse me? I was in that elevator for a good 5 minutes. It didn't move me anywhere. I don't get it.
Stepping into his
Oh my
manager's...
God. Damn it. Damn it. I broke it again. I did it. I got back. That wasn't there. Alright, so I'm gonna stop breaking the
All
game
of his
now.
co-workers were gone.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future?
Oh, hi.
Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to
I know
guess
what it is.
2845.
1.
Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever.
No, it's 8.
Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well
Achievement.
the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
What? Oh, 2, 4, 5. Okay.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened
Oh,
to
God.
input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Oh, God.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What the hell is this shit? Okay. Isn't that the fireplace? Whatever. Hi. It's really bright in here now. Cool.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Hi.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope.
Although
get the
this
fuck outta
passageway
here.
had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Don't believe you.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, don't
At
believe
this
you.
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Well, yeah, otherwise I have to go all the way back there. Oh, jeez. At least there's an exit. This doesn't look like death. This looks like escape. Oh, God. Ow! The hell is this?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Wait, what?
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He
What?
doesn't know
No.
the real story.
No, you were lying. You had to have
Whatever
been.
His narrow vision of what
Oh, shit.
was. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the
Open the bottom. Let me out.
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Oh, God. No, I'm not in here.
Farewell, Stanley,
What?
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous
What?
metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body,
I
killing
won't
him
argue.
instantly.
Oh, God. I think I just crapped myself. Whoa.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Says
What
you.
exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Yeah. Yeah, why was he trying to kill me, huh?
When every path you can walk has
What
been
the fuck
created
is
for
this?
you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings? Huh. What's this? Looks like my office. That is my office. That's the window I fell out. That's the window I fell out, and that changes all the time. Sometimes it's a left turn. This is really cool. The two doors. So I have two doors in the very first. I didn't read that. Interesting. Office computers? Turn those off, you jerks. Jeez. Desk. 1, 2, 3. Button sounds. Interesting. Hey, look, credits. Didn't those already roll when I did their other ending? Kevin Brightening? Brighting. Kevin Brighting. Okay, that's a hard word to say. Impeccable. He's a really good narrator, I must say. This one is light. That looks like the plant from Gary's mod. Hey, it's the elevator, maintenance room. Early version. That looks like the same thing. What the heck? Okay. Whoa. The point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to lose. Okay. Am I going crazy? Maybe this isn't the same image. What? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was the clock there before? I don't remember how. Do I go back? Can you check for me? What? The point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win. That one it says is to lose. Shit's really contradictory. Whatever that word is. These are screenshots of Stanley Parable HD Remix. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators. More Stanley, less Stanley. What the hell? What's with the bike? There was never a bike here. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens? That would have been awesome! Become sentient and wage war against the narrator. What? Realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Well, some people interpret it as making fun of the people who like shooters, which is not our intention. Oh, that's awesome. Alien base? This is, I guess, the level where you would have ended up. That's so awesome. Green light. Oh, green light for Steam. That's cool. God, there's so much shit. Why is it so bright? From, I can't fucking see that because it's so bright. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. Well, we had initially planned to use these for further... What? I can't fucking read that. It's so tiny. Whatever. If you guys want to read that, you can pause and, you know, read. The lounge. Oh, that's that room that I enjoyed all the time. Apartment timer? Oh yeah, that was... Choice leading to apartment ending. A timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Pick it up! Whatever. Cargo lift. This second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game. We wanted it to look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. Oh. Yeah, I like the one they have now. This one just looks too much like, yeah, jump there. It's for people. There's another cargo lift, huh? Or it just goes straight up. Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. Oops. However, this is after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. It is a cool option. Oh god, that's bright. Maintenance layout. First choice, obey, disobey, lounge, and then maintenance. With a vent? That would have been cool. To confusion ending? I got that one already. Two options. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them as so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Yeah. Simplicity is usually best. What the hell is this? Zending model? The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it along shortly before launch. Change it again, not along. I don't recognize this room. Game is now paused. Okay, the ending that only end. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Yeah, really. Players get frustrated because they don't know what they're doing, and people get frustrated, players can't figure it out. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which is eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Okay. These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever, and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Okay. That's creepy. There are 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released on May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Whoa! When did that start? Whoa. This game reminds me so much of Portal, and the way GLaDOS rearranges everything for you. That's cool and all, but let's move on. There's still a lot to see. I feel like this should have been the very ending, the very final ending. I feel like I missed a whole bunch of stuff that I should have looked at before looking at all of this. Boss's office. Completely empty. Empty with books. Yeah, the middle one's the best. Narrator outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over. 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
For the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of core level design. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively. Well, try the other one. Of course, being you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
That was awesome. The heck? Oh. Interesting. This was the very first incarnation of the Freedom ending in the game's alpha. Oh, nice. So there is an actual ending. Like Freedom. Hey, what? Countdown desk. One of the desks from an earlier version of the Countdown ending. Okay. Countdown room. Early version of the Countdown room. Interesting. Is that the way out? I wasn't done looking. Oh, that's pretty cool. What's this? Game design mock-up? This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. Strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. Huh. That's pretty cool. Is that everything? Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created on November 2011, second March 2012, and the third February 2013. Wow. What's the difference between 2 and 3? Other than the fact that it's darker. And his phone is lit up. And there's an extra computer. Anyways. I'm done now. What's this? Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Nice.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Is this a trick? Whatever. YOLO.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save.
Oh, what?
You can stop the program before
Are you
both
serious?
fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Oh, it killed me. Okay. Oh, it actually wants me to restart. God damn it. Alrighty, well, I am way over time on this one. I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.